Hi everyone, it's March 13th, 2012, and this is the main or central library of Copenhagen in Denmark, but I'm not going to be focusing too much on the people or any scenery here for this video because I don't want to capture too many faces straight on. It's just not really a nice thing to do by this culture. Anyway, I've been planning this video for about 4 or 5 days, but I haven't had the time to really formulate my ideas in a correct way. And also, even though your most powerful moments of creation come out of rage or some kind of schism in your life, it's still better to give yourself a day or two to filter what you've felt and then make sure that you don't burn any bridges in the process. And what this is about is, it started I think 4 nights ago when I was on my laptop with some friends and people I've lived with before here in Denmark. And a lot of times when people don't understand what you're doing, they'll really mock it. And in spite of people watching reality television or reading really vapid material lacking in breadth and scope, so forth, you still get critique anyway from people who consume the lower arts, so to speak. Well, what happened to me was I was getting some mockery from that, and I said I have a lot of commerce that takes place on the internet, and since I've lived in 4 countries now, I'm quite spread out, and traveling to 28 countries too, you meet lots of people and you want to stay in touch with them. And they were somewhat skeptical of that, but then somehow it came out that I had written an ebook a couple of years ago, and a few of you might know about this. It was called Values: A Mixed Economy, where I had come back from Asia and wanted to basically decompress and at the same time synthesize all that I had learned from these different economic systems I lived under. And I was producing extra material as a result of that, poetry, essays, social commentary, as I called it. And so what happened is I started to put thoughts to paper, or rather digitally. I put my thoughts digitally and tried to release a book on my own without any sort of official channels of marketing or merchandising. And like I told them, it was basically a flop, but it was something that I wanted to do. And then they kept going on with it. Well, how many copies did you sell? And I was saying, oh, about 50, 55, something like that, worldwide, because I was hand selling them. And they said, well, we're like 49 of them to your mom. And I can kind of understand in different cultures there are different types of humor that exist, and it wasn't meant in a mean-spirited kind of way. But I measure things by how I would respond to something. And personally, I can't imagine talking to somebody like that. That's just so crude. And I thought, you know what? You try to do anything original, write a book or something like that, and pardon my language, but you get treated like shit until you really hit this critical mass. And even so, as I walk through this library here, and I've read the back covers of so many books, most of the authors that we consider legends now had a really horrible, dyspeptic kind of life where they couldn't fit with the blue-collar mainstream at all, and they died of profound illness or in some kind of situation of ill repute. And I don't like it. I do not expect praise for what I do for work, and I don't expect for people to just automatically buy into something because I've personally had a hand in it. But that was really over the top, I think. And it, through videos, literature, artistic endeavors, I mean, yes, sometimes we need people to snap us out of our haze, because it's not something that can always make you live from it, be monetarily compensated. But you don't want to mock other people's work, especially when it may be something that contributes value to society overall. And you've heard me say before that we really are in a period now where we need to ascribe different monetary values to everything that we deal with. And by that I mean rare earth materials, uranium, oil. Those things have huge value. Writing very, very esoteric laws and then hiring people for thousands of dollars per hour to interpret that for you, that's a corrupt way of monetizing something. Whereas the things that really do have lasting legacy value, like kindness or social workers, those kind of professions, really get treated as though they're the parasites of society. So I ask you to consider that, and if you follow the comments that will ensue below, there is someone that has written really a very eye-opening work that, because of the social repercussions that she has suffered, she doesn't even really feel strong enough to share it with people anymore, even though really it could totally change your perspective on everything. Thanks for watching. Bye.